wake up. Gotta wake up, bitch, get up. Get up. Get up.
So, Tick, put up the live stream.
Yes, indeed. All live.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. What's the ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a gat. And the Soe is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Good morning, good morning. I see Wookie is here. Wookie, can you come up and speak? I've missed the Wookie so much. And Wookie is my crypto BFF. You all gotta follow him, right? But good morning, Tick. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Doing
Did you
well.
grab
Thank
your
you. Good to see
coffee?
everyone and in the on stage with us. Yeah, we got Aubrey, Ape of the Hill, and then a couple. Naya's a new face. And what's up,
No,
Wookie?
no, he's from the Trump Soul.
Oh, TSC. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I
good.
remember.
Yeah,
I
doing
remember.
great. Very. Let's see. I haven't even really taken a look. What are we at? 17.2 today? It looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, something like we're holding price. I was kind of saying this morning at Crypto Moon level, let's just dive right in there, right? What is going on with Bitcoin? What is going on with Bitcoin? So we're starting to move into a channel which has a upper trend line of now 121,000 Bitcoin, right? Even though we also have this bearish scenario in front of us where we can possibly retouch and retest that previous all-time high, because we haven't done that, right? So that's on the table too. We do see that the lower time frames are actually exhausted on the stochastics, right? So we're pretty much cooled down enough to catch that 121. And actually, we have all the reasons to be bullish. There's a lot of people who have their Elliott wave count, and if we have that Elliott wave count, if we believe those technicals, they take us all the way up to 126. I do not know about that. I'm much more about technical analysis and patterns, right? So I'm looking for these channels it goes in, and so. But hey, any one of us could be right, and we'd be still good. 121 or 126, right? Doesn't matter that much, but it does look like we want to pull up from here. If we can hold price tomorrow, the volume was absolutely insane the last couple of days on Bitcoin is insane. And yeah, we all love to see that volume coming in for Bitcoin. At one point, it will come in for the alts as well. But we can still see the alts are bleeding. When Bitcoin just turns slightly red, they are very suspicious of what Bitcoin is doing in its moves. They believe that it was going to pump. We saw that happening. But now they're all like looking at Bitcoin like, what you going to do now, right? You going to drag us down? What's going to happen? And a lot of people are selling just in case that happens. Uh, but yeah, the dominance is just high, and that's just what it tells us. And it's relentless. No alt season yet, nor do we want alt season, right? Not here. We want Bitcoin very much higher for alt season. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I was just looking at the volume on the different chains on DeFi Llama.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, the DEX volume on Ethereum 2.86 billion, DEX volume on Solana 2.991 billion. So that those are number 2 and 3 after
yep, yep, yep,
Binance.
yep. Absolutely. But if you're looking on the volume on chain, very differently, right? Let's have a look there. What that is. Let's go. Put volume on Bitcoin. Yes, volume Bitcoin. Let's look at volume. 28.06 billion. So we dropped a little bit because we were close to 40 billion in volume coming in for Bitcoin. And now, usually Ethereum is just half of that. So if Ethereum is half of that, it means the dominance is high, right? Yeah, there we go. Well, it's 19.7. So significantly lower than Bitcoin. So yes, we can deduct from that. I don't even need to go look now at the dominance because that is probably going to still be at 64 something, or even maybe pulling up to 65. I can see that Bitcoin dominance actually start to rise. And if we want Bitcoin to make these all-time highs, then yes, of course, we need that rise, right? Let's see what's on Solana. See if there's any degen weather for you guys on Solana. If you are into that, right? I would suggest you buy some more Bitcoin, but hey, sometimes you just want to 8.9 billion. Decent, right? Anything above 6 is doable on Solana. I like it for really good fun. Above 10 billies on Solana chain. Let's see what Sui's doing. Sui's always lacking behind here, but yeah, see, Sui definitely lacking behind 1.1 billies. Even though, look, the amount of projects built on Sui is significantly less too. So that's an awful lot of volume for tinier things, right? Tinier projects. And of course, volume is buying and selling combined here. So that's a disclaimer over there. Yeah, I'd like to point out that my voice is kind of a little bit neither here nor there. It's because I've been out on the water lots because it's really hot here. And yeah, but yeah, wind and water does something to my voice. I don't know what that is, but let's hope it gets better for the weekend, not worse. I need to milk some monad.
Yeah, I was just listening to something about how the 24-hour volume. Data from Glassnode showed that 24-hour Ethereum futures volume reached 62.1 billion,
Yeah.
surpassing Bitcoin's 61.7 billion.
Yep, yep.
So
Look, nothing
Ethereum,
but good stuff on Bitcoin, you guys. Nothing but good stuff. I was kind of telling you this morning. Also, Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's this 1-2 going on between Bitcoin and Ethereum very clearly, right? And it's like they are dating or something, right? They're together a lot, and then move away from each other, move towards each other again. It's like that, and the rest of the market is just there, like, yes, how about us, right? Because
yeah,
every time it flows out a little out of Bitcoin, it pumps Ethereum, and then profits are there, but they're flowing for the most part into back into Bitcoin. Yeah. So yeah, crazy predictions, of course, in the Bitcoin groups that I'm in is like people are so bullish, and some are just perma bears, right? And so it was very fun. I stayed up very very late. A really big group, a video chat where we all, show me your. It's called Show Me Your TA, and
oh
where we all
nice.
have price targets for the bear market bottom next and the bull top, right? Yes,
That's
it's a lot
sick.
of fun. Geeking out on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
so
go ahead.
Ethereum though, yeah, is 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 performing really well though, according to everyone that's like watching it. Like when you, even though the price is so down, well, I guess another way to put it is that the sentiment is so bullish. So the sentiment on Ethereum is like unbelievably bullish, but the thing is that there's kind of some dissonance here as Bitcoin's, or I'm sorry, as Ethereum sitting under $3,000, but it's just that the sentiment towards um, Ethereum is just becoming more and more bullish apparently, and like
Well,
I'm seeing that on the timeline as well. Yeah,
let's just say it's healing, because there was never a reason why we should not be bullish on Ethereum.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all just feels. But Ethereum is the number two in crypto. So if you say that, if you would make a statement that Bitcoin is gold, then you have to make the same statement around Ethereum being silver,
right.
right? That is just a lot is being built. I would say even 80 to 90% of what you're dealing with is crypto has its roots in Ethereum. So you cannot not be bullish on Ethereum. Now, you might not be bullish for your upside potential bag, right? You might be looking more in the ecosystem for the upside potential, because yes, that's where Ethereum kind of is like, for trading. But that's you and your upside potential bag, and you want that upside potential because your investment is smaller. But big money loves stabilized charts like Ethereum, even though it's highly volatile as well. It's a lot more stable than any other. Um, Layer one out there, right? So that's just because of the history, the chart. But yeah, that is. I see Wookie is trying to come up, but he's like massively rotating. Is glitching today spaces again or what?
I don't see them.
I don't know. Uh, I always see him back in a while, so I'll catch him in um, my DMs on Telegram, you guys. Yeah, but yeah, so you have to be bullish on Ethereum. You cannot not be bullish on Ethereum, even though you're not holding it. You could still. The outflow from Ethereum is going to be very important in how much your altcoins are going to fetch, right? So Bitcoin does play a big role in there too, more so than the outflow of Bitcoin, which will be divided amongst these layer ones. And then, the first one to get it is Ethereum. And that outflow from Ethereum is then moving into other layer ones and layer twos and so on and so on, right? And it's not black and white or cut and dry deal. There's overlap there. I'm sure that blue chip meme coins are going to run with AI narrative is going to pump with, right, with all of that. So that gets a little bit of that outflow from Bitcoin as well. But yes, we also look very much on ETH to see, yeah, what is going where and where should be looking with our upside potential bag, because that's kind of why we want to move around in different chains, right?
Yeah,
Upside potential. Even though I am of the belief that everyone should do at least a little DCA on Bitcoin. I don't care if it's, you do not need to do that with thousands of dollars, right? You can do that with just $1 a day or $5 a week. I don't care. Something. You got to buy something, you guys, because maybe we should. That there is scenarios for Bitcoin that are insane. And yesterday I was kind of listening to people again, and they kind of right though. Even though we TA based on historical things, right, on measurements and metrics, but that's all based on the history of what Bitcoin did. And the bottleneck for Bitcoin is here. Just remember, it just takes one country to buy 2 million worth of Bitcoin or something like that. And then story's over. We're going to over 200,000, right?
yeah,
So that's the other reality that we cannot measure. We can possibly measure. We kind of look at that dominance and see like, all right, we're very, very bullish. Looks like a freaking honeypot. That dominance is not coming down anywhere steeply. We're not getting good rallies on the alts in between like we did in 24 when it dropped. Like in November, it dropped only to 8% and the market was really pumping. But we need more than that for the alts at one point, right? And so you see everything really dominant so high, really putting pressure on everything and people being bearish on the alts. But yeah, again, you guys, that's where you just need to be buying them, right? You need to stack your portfolio up right. But yes, definitely also buy some Bitcoin, because these are the scenarios that are just going to be there. And then, I am thinking in about, I would say 28, 29, uh, till we get to that point, we should be looking at Bitcoin being way over 200,000, and maybe even looking higher to that, maybe even 300,000, right? And definitely in 10 years, maybe 1,000 K Bitcoin. That is in the cards because of the mechanism of Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm bullish like that. I just have to, right? Even though I'm very, very conservative always in my predictions, I like to keep it real, quote unquote. But I do have to recognize there are some things that can happen that can set this all on fire massively. And then that 121 will be broken. The 126 will be broken. We're going to 130. Then the next leg up is 174. And we can do that before the end of the year. I mean, Bitcoin can pump that hard. We all know that. And then whatever happens next happens next. If there's, but it just needs to be one country. I don't even care what country it is. But and I see this happening because the miners are turned on again because Bitcoin is so high. So all the miners are like, yes, let's crank this mining up. South Africa started to mine massively, right? Every country is adding to their mining rigs massively. And so they are FOMOing on Bitcoin. So there's just one country that needs to step in there and be like, yes, I'm buying this Bitcoin for my reserves. And then, all bets are off. Bitcoin is gonna, all historical TAs just out the window at that point. So,
Mm.
that's the other side of the story here, right? And but again, to be conservative is always right, right? Especially for your trades. Um, and of course, I'm going to keep an eye on that. But for now, miners are by and large selling to institutional money. So institutional money is coming for Bitcoin, and they want your Bitcoin as well. And if you don't own any, you kind of need to front run all of that, right? It's your obligation, it's your duty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do I want to look up next? So I know that some people are not too, some Degen drama in the background on Sui between
Really?
certain tokens. Yes, there's some, uh, you know, it's not like as the world turns very significant and all, but yeah, there's, you have that fart coin on Sui,
Uh-huh.
and I guess that toilet is not too happy with it. Because
What?
they were looking for a little bit of partnering up because Fartcoin and Toilet go hand in hand here, right? Kind of the narratives do. And but yeah, I know that Toilet is being ran by this hardcore, very early group on Sui, and they see Fartcoin very much as a competitor instead of a friend, which is amazing to me. But yeah, Degen, so the Degen drama, ding ding ding. We should have a section Degen
Damn.
drama.
That's funny.
There's always some drama playing on the timeline. Yes.
Oh man.
But that doesn't mean I'm not bullish on something. So from the they Toilet has worked together with that another group that are now making the Board Toilet Club, and the mint is live today. So let us check it out, Tick,
Oh yeah.
because it's actually going fast. So let's have a look. I'm going first. I have to go to my X account first.
Max Mint is now live to the public. You can mint
Yes.
up to 10 board pirates per transaction, unlimited times. Mint.boardtoilet.club.
Yes. So I don't know, but I kind of want to do a little mint here because I do recognize this could be something. Um, but not financial advice, of course, right? Of course. Let's see. How much are they
4,000
to be
4,444
444?
unique pirates. And then first dibs on all future mints, VIP access to holder only Discord channels, and exclusive in real life events where most distinguished pirates gather to share tales and treasure.
Yes. So I'm gonna log. I'm just gonna see how much they cost. I'm opening the slush wallet. It's what is 10 sui?
Let me see. I'm looking.
That's kind of expensive, no?
Only 10 sui to grow the community. Yeah. Wow.
No, I think it's a little bit expensive, or is it just me?
Yeah. What is that? That's like $35, $33. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know that this Smith was going. Honestly, I don't know enough about board toilet. I know that they had popped in here a couple times, but I wish that they had like I don't know if did they come up on stage with us? I don't.
No, they didn't come,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it would be I don't know as much about it as you do. I just know I think it's Wise Degen who I see posting about it on the timeline.
Well, I'm gonna mint me a couple. There we go.
There you go, nice.
Du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
If you mint 50 of them, you become or if you mint 100, you get a throne lord. Community members can
Yeah.
rank up in our Discord based upon the number of board pirates they hold. 100, max mint is live. Claim your spot on the throne now. Wild.
So, how do I do this then? I got this connected. There we go. Approve. Sure. And approve. It says I minted. Where can I see my mints? It's bearish. All right. We're gonna have to look. Take us to taking a. All right. So where do I see my mints now? NFTs, no media. There's something in there. Oh, here we go. All right. Not too shabby looking. But I have one with a crown on and very much a lot of dreadlocks. Should I? All right, we'll wait for Tick to get back here. All right, let's see. I go into my wallet, to the other. Dun-dun-dun. All right. Cool. Well, that's where we are. Yes, well, a little mint. And, I don't know. It's not my type of art, really. I mean, it's cool looking. I'm not complaining here, but maybe I should. Oh, well. Stop me from minting more.
Oh, okay. No. You're not still minting, are you?
I got 3.
Nice. I thought you were going for 100.
Well, no.
That would be crazy. So how much would that cost? So 100, that'd be 1,000. That'd be $3,400, I think, to mint 100 of them.
Yeah, that's too much,
That's
man.
a lot of dough.
That's not for me.
For
Not for an NFT, you guys.
Yeah,
know.
dude. I don't know. Maybe
There we
for
go. Another.
that's where the Doginal dogs are sitting at right now. The floor price
Yeah,
of
right.
Doginal.
I better buy Doge Dog. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
same. Either 100 board pirates or a Doginal dog. You do the.
Not gonna
you
do
the
that.
math.
No. I mean, I'm bullish on it. I think you can get somewhere. Yeah, right. Let's just. But this is all I'm getting. Okay, cool. Let's see the other one I got then.
I know the Wise Degen has been posting about it a lot. So anything that he is like referencing, I know that he kind of knows what's going on behind the scenes a lot because he's involved in so many projects. So if something's bullish, like there's a very real chance
Yeah.
that like
We
he's
got a
aware of things.
Sui intern in the space. You want to come up and speak, Sui
Yeah,
intern? You know
Sui
anything
intern.
about this mint? Let's go.
I've
Let's
been
talk.
waiting for Sui intern to come in here and chill.
Yeah. Well,
I see them on the timeline.
I got three. I got one very bullish one and two less, I think, right? But I think they're all unique in some way or somewhat. So each character is meticulously crafted with over 130 plus hand-drawn traits featuring rare 1-1 that make every pilot truly unique in the fleet. Yeah, but there must be some kind of.
Hey, by the way, did you see I made another music video yesterday. Did you see that?
I did not. Can
Oh,
you
it's
send it to
called,
me?
what's
I
it
know
called?
people are in my
Tracy.
DMs on Twitter. Don't do
Uh-huh.
this. I
Okay.
hardly ever look at my DMs on Twitter
Oh, yeah.
because people add me to stuff all the time. I
Yep.
have like at one point you have 46 messages open. See, this is where I have my
A bunch of
sounds
guys
on
saying,
very
"Hey,
frequent.
mama is the bottom in."
Let's go play it and wait for more people to come on stage.
check
Coach, you want to
check
join
this
us on
out.
stage?
So I made a whole video. It turned out very bizarre. Don't think that when I put this together, I was like thinking that I was putting together a masterpiece. It's a
Yeah.
very weird and like unsettling in some parts, but it's still interesting. It's and the first
Let's do it.
like I'll say the first 30 seconds of it aren't so bad, and then it just
Yeah.
gets
And then you fall
progressively
off a cliff.
yeah, it gets progressively weirder and confusing. So it's kind of awesome in that. Like, part of me kind of wants. I don't know. Like it's just very bizarre. I don't know, but you
It's
have to see.
bizarre.
Yeah,
We
but
have coach.
I made the song. So the song I wrote the
All right,
song,
so let us
and
listen to the song. Let's have an intermezzo then, and I'm gonna get
yeah,
some. Look,
yeah,
you guys, I made again some matcha protein ice cream. I'm just so addicted. This is my spiel, right? I have coconut water protein. I do
nice.
3/4 of a scoop, and then I do 3/4 of a scoop of matcha protein. And so I put that with just ice cubes and some coconut milk, just some milk from coconut in there, and I do some stevia in there or whatever. You got a little sweetener, a little bit of sweet going on, and then you just blend it. And then to make it ice cream, you do like a little teaspoon, not a tablespoon, sorry, teaspoon of xanthan gum in there, and then
Oh,
you blend it, and then you have ice cream, and you have your protein ice cream. It is. If you're on a diet, just use regular water with all of this instead of the coconut milk because it adds some calories. But you can have a freaking bowl, big, large bowl of protein ice cream every day. If no matter if you're in a cut or in a bulk, you can have it, right? So yeah. But
matcha
now I'm
ice
going for
cream.
just some matcha. Yes, matcha
That's
ice
pretty
cream.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
matcha coconut. Oh my God, this is like a magical connection I found between
How do you
coconut.
find that? Where do you find this on?
Nothing,
You
because
just
I
made
still
this
had.
up?
Now I bought some new protein because now I need to buy my own protein, right? Normally I get this as gifts,
Oh
but
wow.
so I had to get my own protein. I was like looking for some flavors, and I had this matcha infused. So and this is a really good brand that's not like a synthetic matcha. It's real matcha, right? And it's
Wow.
real coconut water. So it's also good to have that coconut water protein for the summertime because it is all the electrolytes in there as well. So actually, this is good ice cream. Keeps you hydrated, right? And
Mm-hmm.
have a little burning effect, little pick me up effect with the matcha in there, and then these flavors together. I was like, I needed this in my life. Oh my God! But I'm gonna post a video about it shortly. But hey, let's you guys, Coach, welcome. We're gonna talk after this video.
Oh
That
jeez.
song.
Oh, this is
Let's
funny.
go. All right.
Yeah, let's see this.
Oh, you will watch it again. Oh, it's not playing the music for me.
Oh, it's
No, that's because I have Twitter on silent always.
Yeah, I
So hold
muted
on.
I muted the one on the jumbotron so that we
That's
could
it.
play along.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. This is the Tick song.
What's the ticker? You
What's the
can catch
ticker?
me on the channel going fucking crazy, aping every season. I just blew the bank and I ain't need a reason. My bank account is empty and I told him I'm leaving. Cause I only fuck with this I and the rest I don't need them. Make it look too easy. I do it as a joke, the style is too sleazy. I'm about to give this bitch a poke. I've been blowing all my money trying to see a triple X, but I'm losing all my money, keep on getting wrecked. I stayed up 2 nights sipping Monster Energy, but now my bank account's empty and my wife is leaving me. I thought I'd get lucky, maybe see 1,000x, but my wallet got drained empty. I was liquidity for their exit. I couldn't waste a second. They saw me getting wrecked in these damn trenches. Could I smell a far corn? I couldn't stand the stenches. But the next leg up, I'm pretending. Maybe I can make it even though I'm broke. I'm asking what's the ticker? Patience wearing thinner. I ain't need no dinner. I just need a winner. What's the ticker? Where's it at? Type of slaughter like a cat. I got crypto in the bag. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What's the ticker?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, it's so confusing. I like don't understand what the music.
What?
It's bizarre, isn't it?
I like it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I like it too in a weird way, but like it just gets so weird. The Cheeto bath, the dude in the Gucci suit in the Cheeto bath is super weird. The homeless guy
Yeah.
burning his money,
Yeah, it's
like
kind
it
of like,
doesn't.
yeah.
So, but the thing is, I left it the way that it was just because that's how AI like made it, and I was like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna like post it like this instead of trying to perfect it because like this is just so bizarre
Yeah.
that I'm just gonna keep it weird. But the way that I did it actually is I went into ChatGPT. Let me see. So I wrote the lyrics, then I went into ChatGPT and I said, go ahead and give me some scenes, like some ideas for some scenes to make a song to this like degen song. And so the
Yeah.
ChatGPT gave me like a series of scenes. Then I went through like the 7 different scenes or whatever it was, and then I said, go ahead and enhance this prompt for a music video. And so that was I could have like refined the prompts and like spent some actual time like trying to make it like better, but I kind of wanted to see what would happen if I like did like zero user like input to it. So I didn't really
Sure.
like modify anything or like like screen anything before I went through. The one thing I will say is that I dropped the F word a couple times in the song that I wrote, and it's kind of like it's like kind of it's like unnecessary, and when I listen to it I'm like, ooh, it kind of like it sticks out like a sore thumb. So hey, that's kind of how anything that you create is, though. It's like when you look back at it, you're always like, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done this differently. And that's kind of the thing. It's like that's one of the reasons that I made this song, is because I wanted to make that the Nora Jones version of the What's the Ticker. I want to make one that's like
Sure.
like a jazz lounge, like laid
Don't know
back.
why I
Yeah.
don't 1000x.
Yeah, something like that. I think it would be so cool. But as I was trying to do that, it kept making this version, and it kept getting like weirder and weirder. I have like
It's
8
like the
different.
universe, like no tick.
Yeah,
That's just what you need.
yeah, it was forcing me. Yeah, it's like you're always like, yeah, don't force it, and the universe was like
Look,
forcing
I don't
this
know.
to
Yeah,
come
you
out.
know,
So I
you
was
know
like,
what? I know the drill now with AI because if not, I'm gonna spend a shit ton of credits.
yeah,
And sometimes
yeah,
it just doesn't want to do it, tick, and then you need to let go
yeah,
and try again a different day.
it's weird.
Because
Yeah,
if you start prompting 30, 40, 50, and it's just costing you a lot of
mm-hmm,
credits, right? If
mm-hmm,
you're running on credit,
yeah,
and it won't do what you want it to do,
yeah,
and the algorithm there or the prompting will get upset with you and starts to put
yeah.
things in there from the history, and it's horrible.
It
So
even
just
it gets like
yeah,
shittier. It's
yeah,
almost like a big like fu for even
yes,
trying, because
yeah,
I'm like, no, that's incorrect. Like I'll be like reiterating, I'm like, that's incorrect,
yeah,
please do this,
yeah,
and then it gives me the
yes,
same exact result, and
yes,
I'm like, no, it's missing a second T, I need a T there, and then it spits out the same exact result. I'm like, dude, is it like messing with me? Like it's like, I know that that's
Yeah.
kind of a schizo thought,
Yeah, that's, I know.
but
No, no.
what it is though, I think it's the compute demand gets so high that the model has kind of like a bottleneck or like a governor that says, okay, we need to reduce compute speed because
Yeah.
we're gonna burn up and melt if we keep running this. And so I think that it kind of retards itself a little bit in order to be sustainable. That's the only thing that makes sense because you see it across the different models. And speaking of different models, Grok 4, Elon's only charging like $400 a month. Get in while the price is good, right? For
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Super Grok, it's $400 a month. Are you insane? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. $400 a month. That's more than my car payment. I mean, I guess that says something. Well, no, my car payment's not that. My car payment's more than that, but it's almost as much as my car payment, which is insane to use an AI model for for a second there. I was like,
Wild is minting.
that's funny.
I just
Yeah, usually
look.
it's
I
me.
want the one with Bitcoin. Okay, that's what I'm just.
Ooh,
I'm
that would be hot.
invested now. Let's say
Okay.
good morning to Coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Coach, Sui or intern, Lamb, somebody come and save Wild from me.
Somebody save me.
Yeah, we need
So I
somebody up
have
here.
five now.
I want to hear what Coach has to say today.
Yeah, I want
I
to hear what
always
Coach has to say about it.
about anything. I honestly value anything Coach has to say.
Sure. Coach, good morning or good afternoon for us, right?
Yes, he's on stage.
GM Tic, good evening,
What's
good
up?
afternoon, Wild, and hi everybody.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
good to be back. Always
Um,
a pleasure. I
what's
hope
new?
my connection isn't
Today it's
rugging.
good. It's
No,
good
you're good.
today. Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, yeah. So how are you guys doing? I popped in. You were talking about matcha and hydration and
Yes,
optimization.
good stuff, right?
Yeah,
Optimizing. Yes, you gotta optimize.
It's a very weird day for the charts because it's like now that Bitcoin has hit all-time high, everything is like pulling back. So it's crazy to see from yesterday when you go on Bird Eye, yesterday was all green. Today you go on all red, and it's like
Yeah.
it's this
it's
weekend
yeah, Saturday.
breath. You know, a
Yes.
little bit taking a
Yes.
breather here.
But very
It's
dangerous because Bitcoin is actually in
very
range,
high.
right?
Yeah.
And it's holding these stochastic RSIs is a very dangerous place to be because the RSIs are going to point to the floor, but there's no sell volume, so they're going to be lowered all the way back into oversold conditions with very low selling volume, and this is creating bullish divergence, right?
Yeah.
That is what creates bullish divergence. So be careful, right? Yeah, well,
No,
I don't need to tell you
it
guys.
can very easily happen. Like the last run up was
Mm,
that we just get a Sunday pump
yeah,
and
yeah,
we start ripping
That's
yeah.
out of
true. Yeah.
nowhere.
Straight out of gates,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was weird. Yeah.
yeah,
That's so right. That you were saying last
Yeah.
Sunday, right?
No,
Or
no,
hmm
it was the last run up. So October, November,
yeah,
December.
yeah.
oh.
We
Did the
basically
same.
every week we got like a random Sunday pump. Like that
Yep.
was yeah. Usually don't see it really,
Right.
but that was the thing, and I'm expecting it to happen anytime. I mean, it's up only season now,
Yeah.
for some
Even
time
though
at
I
least.
don't think today it seems like just on X, looking
Yeah.
at the engagement is low as well.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
see a lot of people
saying.
are just out touching grass right on
Yeah.
Saturday, or sleeping in and stuff like that. Right, it is the weekend after all, and then maybe on Sunday we turn a little bit more bullish here again. But yeah, big indicator here that we haven't topped out on Bitcoin at all is because retail is still not interested. Retail is at levels that are just even not supposed to be. They're supposed to be more retail, let's say, right? And retail always
It's gonna
has,
take them. It's gonna take
well,
them some month or so to pick up again.
well, with the previous all-time high, even with that underwhelming all-time high of 111, right? Kind of underwhelming
Hmm.
for traders, was like, oh, this is not convincing any bear, right? But it was like a little bit. You saw a little bit more on TV. You saw a little bit more in the news at large, right, around Bitcoin. But now we don't, right? And we made a good all-time high. I mean, this is good. We grabbed that all-time high of 111. We slapped 6K, 7K on top of that. That's good. But I haven't seen that attention then yet, right? I haven't noticed that at all. And so I was kind of looking for the numbers and indicators there where what's going on. And yes, confirmed, there is no retail interest in Bitcoin at the moment, not at all. And that's bullish because usually that indicates that we're nearing Bitcoin's top when that starts to happen, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, we saw a little bit in October, a little interest coming back, but also not as much as you would see at the bull run top, right, where it becomes like ridiculous interest of retail. Actually, institutional money is
Yeah,
buying.
no,
Yeah.
retail loves to top last. We
Well, yeah.
we will see when it starts happening.
Well,
Yeah.
most people in crypto like to top last. Hate to
Meta,
say it.
well,
Absolutely.
MetaPlanet, the Japanese company, MetaPlanet, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they basically have been doing like a DCA for the last year and a half. They're a Japanese company that's doing the Michael Saylor, let's buy all the Bitcoin.
I think they're I think they're connected to Sui also, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. I know that they're a Japanese
Yes.
company. Oh, MetaPlanet?
Yes.
Huh.
I think yeah,
So
yeah. I
it's
think
like
they're
a
connected to Sui.
that's interesting. I didn't. I'll have to look into that. But you look at their Bitcoin acquisitions on the chart, and well, they didn't necessarily top blast. It's just any other DCA. So they're buying at the bottom of the dips or whatever. But when you look on the chart, it almost looks like they're top blasting because every time it goes up, there's still buys on the chart. But there you can go on their analytics page and see their average price still is only $99,307 per Bitcoin. And so that shows, that DCA for a year and a half, you will be in profit. There's just, we see it time and time again. That my favorite story, the gentleman, was it Brian Wild, who he DCA'd from
Yes.
2017, $50
Yes.
a week, and was able
Yes.
to retire after 8 years.
Yes.
It was like 7 or 8
Yes.
years, and he was able to
Well,
retire.
I need two years more and my island, and then I'm there too. But this is all very boring. AFDCA. Yes, I don't need to be in space. I don't need to do. I like it. That's why I do it. But technically, you do not need to. I like it. I like to hear, what other people have to say about it. I like to bring some education to this space. I like to do TA. I love TA, right? This is my hot is I geek out on Bitcoin and the chart all the freaking time. And so that is just a passion of mine. But you do not need to be looking at a chart at all, right? You just need to notice the larger cycle and just do your DCA. Uh, and of course, your DCA should be into, I would say, 3 to 5 picks that you have. Don't do too much because you got to pay attention when things start pumping. They pump really fast, and you do not want to round trip anything
Yeah.
like Wilder here or something. I know I'm
If
gonna round trip because I have 46 coins in my portfolio.
that's,
It's
I was
way
just
too
gonna
much,
say, how can you watch 20
and
different
that's without
coins?
moonbags and meme coins. That is a whole different shit show that
Wow.
I'm not even gonna look at because that is a mess. These walls are a mess.
Um.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but my ledger and everything is perfectly, but it's still there's too much. So I'm gonna have to condense. But then when I'm looking at these coins, I'm getting bullish again. I was like, I'm not selling this, right? But yeah, but don't do that, right? Start with 3. My daughter started with 2. You know, I say 3 Bitcoin and 2 others, or 5, and then you can do it like okay, a little bit of Bitcoin, and then maybe two later ones, a narrative play like an AI, and and something else, maybe a blue chip meme coin if you like it, right? If you like that stuff, or maybe a more dark horse potential blockchain, which can give you good like 20 to 50x as well, in a little bit more of a, well, quote unquote, little less risk. It's still risky. Anything outside of Bitcoin is risky, right?
True. Yeah.
But yes, in different measures, of course. So, and I think that's a good start out. And maybe you want to have like a Degen token with ridiculous upside potential, but these bags don't need much, right? You can do $50 moon bag or even a $10 moon bag here and there, and sit back. If that moves, it moves, right? But yeah, something like that you can do. It will look different for everybody, and you will have to do your own research.
Yeah, talking about degen memes with ridiculous upside
Yes,
potential.
let's hear it. Let's think of the room.
I I could thank you for that. I could yeah, I actually came here prepared with some
Nice.
information. We at Farcoin we have now a script to analyze our CLP concentrated liquidity pools, so that we know which ranges have been set and how to adjust it so that we're aligned and moving forward we don't have any sell walls and all that. So
Awesome. That is great news. You
strat-
guys bullish. Yeah.
strategy keeps
Yes.
strategizing.
Yes. 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 So you guys, can you pull up the chart because that chart looks ridiculous. Nobody's selling anything there.
Yes.
I'm so proud of everybody, Lisho.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful to be
Should call
part
it
of
the
something
Diamond
like
Hand
that.
Club.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
Sue.
definitely. Look, I mean, oh, we're even up, right? But it's set in that range because I looked. I don't know you look. I'm not. I expect this for milli, so it doesn't make sense for me to pull up the chart here and there. But
No,
because
on
I
a
was,
daily we're up. All
yeah,
Sui is down,
yes, but
but
Farcoin
we
is
are
up.
up to
Wow. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
at one
two
Up.
point.
point eight nine percent.
It kind of looked like it made the moves like Bitcoin. I mean,
Whoa.
a little bit of red, a little bit above, a little bit of red, a little above, right? And then
Wow.
but yeah,
Daily chart
yeah,
just something else.
That
Sure,
yeah,
it's
something else. Yes, you
that's
guys.
no
So
the strongest hands.
absolutely, this is a diamond hand
wow.
community here, right?
Yeah.
Also,
Dude.
because all right, let me just start to shill over again. So Pula, you got the chart up, right? So
Uh huh.
let's, first of all, I haven't
I got it on
welcomed
the
anybody
daily.
on YouTube or on X, right? So if you're looking at the visuals on the live streams on X and on YouTube, good morning and welcome there. Good evening, wherever you are, right? Forgot to welcome you guys. I sometimes forget that you guys are looking with us too. But yes, I gotta be better. I'm trying to be better every space to do that. So right now you're looking at Fartcoin on Sui with tremendous upside potential. If there ever was one, it's this one, right? Because Fartcoin on Solana is getting that outflow from Solana that will start to rip to, the former previous all-time high was 2.5 bill. And then we're looking at base, and I guess they were in the 90 millis or something as their all-time high. And this sits right here at
170.
171K market cap. Now, this is it, crazy. Look, you can stake it. It is launched on Moonbag, so you can stake it. So it has some of that utility behind it too. But look, this I talked to the dev, and he was in the space before. You can look up a different recording from that, the one from Thursday. And so bullish on that guy too, because he's very knowledgeable in the space as well, and he knows what he's doing. And coach is here to update us frequently too. And yeah, I like it. I'm ready to shoot the breeze
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Fartcoin.
That's awesome. Yes, I love it. I'm so stoked that you brought this to our attention, Coach. Always coming with the alpha. This one, we've said it time and time again that it is a no brainer. You look at Fartcoin on Solana. You look at Fartcoin on Base. If we even get 0.01% of the liquidity that goes to either of those tokens, we're talking probably actually, well, we would be talking about the same market cap we're at right now if we do that math technically. But it's still a buttload of money that is out there that is waiting for Fartcoin. And you know what? Another theory that I love is that people bet on what they recognize, and everyone recognizes Fartcoin. And so when people that are holding Sui are starting to take profit when Sui hits $5.50, and they need to rotate into another Sui token, they will see Fartcoin and say, ooh, that one's got a very low market cap with some serious upside potential and a chart that basically just goes diagonally upward when you put it on the one daily time frame. So when you factor all these elements in together, and then you see like a strong chart that shows like support diamond handed holders. We already had the shakeout where the the Yeats bailed on the chart about it was about 5 days ago. I think you could see there was a fat dip where it went down to 140,000, I think 130,000, and now we're up a good like 6% from there, I think. So yeah, incredibly healthy looking chart, and very stoked that Coach brought this to us with the alpha. I don't know what else. What else is new?
What else is new?
Yeah, well,
Well, I
you know,
kind of wanted to go back to that mint that I just did.
the board toilet.
Yeah.
Well, I
I,
do have a question, Wild, about the. Okay,
yeah.
so for the CLP, if I'm to do the concentrated liquidity pool, and I go on to turbos, and then I go to pro, and then I have the two yellow brackets that I can slide left and right to control the range.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I take the bracket that's on the left side and move it over the white line so that the lower end of the range is so that I'm forcing myself to be out of range. I'm forcing myself that the range, that the trading range is actually higher than the current price. So is that correct? Is that how, like, what am I doing there
I'm not looking with you on a visual,
Mhm.
so it's I'm having a
Oh,
hard time seeing this in front of me.
I didn't pull it up on the visuals. Let me see
Oh,
if I go ahead and
well, I cannot see it anyway there either
yeah.
because of what I'm doing with my screen here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So regarding that,
Yeah.
I think setting up this CLP is always the most reasonable when we're on a dip,
Okay.
and so that you can start getting those transaction fees as we start moving up. Right now,
Right.
very close to all-time highs. You're really like hoping and waiting for this price to hit the range. So that's the thing. But why we do it is really just to not farm this chart at all times, and have some support both on the downside, on the SUI side, and upside
Yes.
on the Fartcoin side. And
Oh.
we just today got this script, so now we can see exactly where all this liquidity is lying, where those ranges are closing, so
Yeah.
that we know how to cooperate, and where to change those ranges.
Yeah.
We right now have a situation that the next closing range where a lot of liquidity is lying is around 200k. So that is one thing that we need to adjust. Some people need to spread out their range a bit,
Mm.
just to have it a bit more even.
Yeah.
Also,
So
You
that
can do
everyone
it. You
doesn't
can do.
liquidate at the
Well,
same
I
time.
usually do for a narrow range, right? You can do a narrow range. I say this like within 5%, and a wider range would be for me 20%,
Uh-huh.
something like that, right? 15, 20%,
so
which is the wider range is more stable, but you get lower fees. But it's also less
so
maintenance. So, yeah.
yes. Well, when I'm talking about the strategy, then
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about our whales,
Yeah.
who are here long term and not trying to farm that liquidity in there. But if you come in there really just to farm that liquidity, then of course this narrow range
Yeah.
is the most
Exactly.
profitable.
Yes.
But as we don't want to have any sell pressure, also when we have all this liquidity lying now on 200k, then we need to put just a lot of money in to move that chart, um,
Yeah.
uh, in comparison to when it's just spread out.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Because
why we really needed this.
Well, yeah, if you're
So yeah.
going for long term, you need a wider range because you just don't want to have that maintenance on there either, right? To keep
Hmm.
adjusting that. So 20%,
Exactly.
is a wide is I think I mean it's more stabilized. I mean you get less fees,
Well,
but I think
for
over
us,
time it pays back, right? Because it's a less of a headache.
for
mm-hmm.
us, wide range is considered like 100 200%
Yeah,
really.
exactly. It's different, right? For
Yeah.
yeah, it's different here.
But
Low
but but
cap.
but this is for us in the strategy,
Yeah,
because we are here for the long run, not
yeah.
not that.
It's
Fast
basic,
profit
yeah. It's
overnight.
basically to where you see the price go, right? What is your, uh, you know, of course, we're not
Price
going to set.
target.
Yeah, your target. What is your initial
Objectively,
target? And that would
yeah.
be part of your range for your pool.
Yeah, kind of. I
Kind
mean,
of like, right?
I
That
So
would be
I
something.
do
uh-huh.
I do have it a lot smaller than my price target is, because
Yeah.
objectively my short-term price
Yes, that's
target is
right.
around 69 million.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
so,
I understand, right? But just for the first, we're gonna get some resistance at 200. We're gonna get some resistance, yeah, at
Yeah.
the usual caps. So
350.
yeah, yeah. So we're talking where this token is absolutely not done yet, right? I think 69 mil is actually conservative.
it's
Uh,
very conservative. I'm a polar bear.
yeah,
Like, add
yeah.
another
Mega
3x to what
bullish.
I'm saying.
69 bill. 69 Bs.
Well,
Just
let's
kidding.
do it. Well, then
Sui's market cap is 11.
Yeah.
I'll make a video where I'm actually farting. I have no joke.
Yikes.
Not
All
that you
right.
want. Not
We
that you
actually
want
have
to
a
be a part of
photo.
that, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that with the green dust cloud. Did you see that,
I
Wilder?
know you guys made it. What I from my squat video,
On the
or
squat rack, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. H asked me if
Yeah,
he can meme it, or
yeah, sure.
would you get upset? I'm like,
No,
she gave it, like, she gave it to you. Of course,
yeah.
meme it.
This picture has been out already, so there's no hauling that one back, right? It's been used. It's been
That's what
used
I'm
for.
thinking.
It's been used for jihad's, right? Yeah, it's been used for a few things over the last couple of months. Yeah. No, that's why I do not put out a lot of pictures myself, because you cannot just copyright that and then expect people. That's not going to happen, right? So you just got to be careful what you put out there.
Exactly.
And so, but this is fine, right? But yeah, lots of fun, right? But yeah, to come back to that range. So normally, for just a little education here, a narrow range, if you would be adding a liquidity pool to a much higher market cap, of course, than this, you would see a narrow range of would be 5%, right, and then a wider range of 20%, for a little less fees, but it's going to be more stabilized this way. So usually I am in a wider range if I do, right? Because you get stomped out of these 5% ranges sometimes very quickly, especially when the market is very upside. So,
Well, and then what happens? I forgive me. I know this is a really
mm,
stupid question, and I could probably figure this out. But what happens when it goes out of range? Because that happened to me a couple times with Fartcoin, and then I had to like reset the liquidity pool, and I wasn't sure if I was just getting myself wrecked by doing that. So, like let's say I set the range and it's on the lower side, and then the price of Fartcoin goes up, and now I'm no longer in range. What is the best next intended step? Like what do I do when I'm out of range in order to protect myself?
you just stop trading. So you do not, you don't
So,
earn any fees.
and then okay, and then I'm like confused. And
So in
so
that
now
case,
I just have my asset that I'm holding, and then my only option if I want to keep earning a yield off of it is to remove the liquidity and then deposit into a new
Or
liquidity
adjust it.
pool that's in range. Does Turbos let you adjust a liquidity pool that's already open? Can you go in and change the range after it's already been set?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. Okay. Cause yeah, I wasn't sure because it
Linking.
happened to me like 2 or 3 times. The price kept going up, and what a funny problem. Like I'm like, oh, the price keeps going
Well,
up. Like,
okay,
but
so
like
for
I
the
just
rest
didn't
of the
know.
people, who
Yeah.
are wanting to learn about liquidity pools, right? So what happens when you're out of range? Well, literally nothing. You stop trading,
Uh
right?
huh.
Until price comes back into your range again, or until you fix it, adjust the range. And so that's
oh,
why,
in this case,
yeah,
I would
for
just really make it a wider range
yeah,
Yeah.
and not try to catch this 5% because You see, when we make our move, we don't really have to put so much liquidity in.
Yeah.
We can put 5 and boom, we're like 25k, 30k higher than ever
Yeah.
and out of range. So just spread it if you're for a long run there, anyways, and you don't want to
Yes.
scalp here and snipe that
If you're
chart.
for the long run, I would say like move it up to the next big resistance, right? Wherever you think that may be, might be 250k or something. You can set your range as wide as that. Now, look, it just simply means that there will be less trading, but this chart is moving upwards, so we're going to get in that range anywho, right? So for this token, and we work as work because it's so low cap and it can move so fast. You kind of need to, you know, add to your range a little bit there. See, or else you're going to be stumped out constantly
Yeah. Yeah,
because
but
because it's so low cap, it doesn't need much for things to pump. This can go to 3, 4, 500k in a heartbeat, and you kind of want to have that your pool like working that in some sort of range there too, because it can happen so quickly. And then you need to adjust that all again if you just have it set to, let's say, 200k, right? It just takes literally a fart to get to 200k. Yeah, it just takes some gas.
what
There we go.
what's so confusing for me on turbos is when it says current price 0.000 507 sui per fart coin and then sui for part coin, but like it doesn't. But as far as like the current price goes, it doesn't match like the price being 0.0001733. So it's like I
This is
wish. Uh huh.
this is a price in Sui. It's a
Right.
price in Sui,
Yeah,
Sui,
I
yeah.
thought
not
that,
That's
and
your
price
there's
pool is
no
USD.
in
there's no
Sui.
way
Yeah,
And
to change it though when you're
you can
setting.
change it on your chart.
no, but pull up if you pull up Dex Screener,
Uh
then
huh.
they have price in USD and price in
Right.
Sui, so you can
Right.
check.
Right. So then you can just kind
Yeah.
of use that as yeah. That's what's confusing about it, and I don't understand why the liquidity pools don't have like a calculator or a reference, like some like pop up
Oh,
like a
because
way.
you can no, but you can set your chart to the price in Sui. You can set your chart to market caps, to price
Right.
USDT, and to the
Right.
price in the native token.
Yeah.
So you just have it Sui because your pool is going to be Sui Farcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So the pool cannot will not give you any other price because
Oh,
it
I
isn't Sui
see.
Farcoin.
Yeah, I
See?
clicked on Sui at the top, and now I can see
Yeah.
5128. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes it way more simple.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I was like trying to. I'm like, how the frick do you do this like in your
No,
head?
it will be confusing
Okay.
if the pool starts doing different things with that's very
Yeah.
confusing. The pool should reflect what the pool is in pair. So if it's Solana something, then the price is that coin in Solana. That's the pair. Now if I have a pair XRP USDT, then it will show the price for XRP and USDT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? But you can go to your chart in TradingView or wherever you are and just change it to the native currency or the pair that you're trading, and then it becomes very easy. But if the pools start doing that, that's where it gets confusing. So that's why
Yeah.
they just reflect what's the pair. Yeah, the traded pair.
Yeah.
We got Sui Booster coming in.
Oh,
Yeah, I do not
nice.
know. I minted some of these board toilet club things. Look, I kind of wanted to mint a few just for the, for funsies. Uh, a bullish thing about it is that they're actually bullish art. I kind of like the art here. Kind of wanted to have the beard one with the BTC glasses, but didn't get it, right? Anyway, I got a few, I think, bullish ones, but what I do not like about it, right? And there's no FUD, but when you mint it, there's not something that is like, hey, share on Twitter or something like that. I wish more projects, when they start minting, that they would do that, right? That you get an option to, hey, immediately toss on X what you minted. And I had to look them all up in my wallet as well to see what I minted. And so, yes, that mint was kind of underwhelming.
Mm.
But I do like the arts. But yes, I think a little bit underwhelming as far as here's Wise coming up to speak. Here we go.
Wise Degen? Oh no,
Yeah,
it's
yep, yep. There we go.
a wise guy. I see.
Coach, are you still with us? You just dropped down. Let's say hi to Wise and Sui Booster. Let's do Sui Booster first. It's first come, first go. Sui Booster, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Well, good afternoon. It's 2 p.m. Eastern Time, my
Well,
time.
it's good morning somewhere.
It's good morning somewhere, exactly. How are you guys doing today?
We're bullish.
Doing great, man. Happy Saturday. How are you?
I was doing good until I woke up this morning and I got liquidated. Yeah, that was not fun.
Hold on,
What the
wait.
hell?
I,
What
What?
happened?
I got liquidated on a long that I had for XRP. It was doing pretty good, so
Oh,
Oh.
I did make some money on it, so I thought it was going to do well, and then I fell
yes.
asleep without closing my
I
position.
never
So,
do that. Never. Oh, I see what
no.
happened. I pulled up the chart just now.
Oh
I see what
man.
happened here. Yes.
But,
Yes, never. You guys, when you trade futures, Sui Booster, please do not sleep with your futures open if you have a tight uh, boundary, right? If you have a tight targets to the down and to the up, and yeah, you gotta stay. I learned the hard way too. Don't do that. A wick will get you
Yeah, what a trap.
while you're
exactly.
No,
dreaming
dude,
of.
this
Yes.
is what I was talking
Yes.
about yesterday, Wilder, with I mean, I still I understand that this is hyperbole, but when I was talking about XRP running to $7 or whatever, I was like and this is my humble opinion. I'm like thinking to myself, I don't see it. I XRP's been sitting where it's been sitting, for so long. Look at SUI as opposed to XRP and the price of SUI and how much momentum it has. And XRP is just glued to $2.20
Yeah, but
basically.
but but you do not understand XRP this way in that
Yeah,
chart. So XRP moves. This is why if you have a liquidity pool on XRP, it is always so nicely in
it
range.
seems like it. Yeah, it
Tight
moves
and
only
beautiful to
sideways.
trade.
Yeah.
Same with TRX and AVAX. They love that sideways movement, right?
Mm,
And so bullish on that, but until it's not. And the FOMO then that comes in on XRP just goes parabolic, and it never moves with the market. Somehow this time it was accidentally that it pumped with Bitcoin, but XRP just pumps when XRP feels like it needs to pump, right?
mm.
And sometimes straight up against Bitcoin. It moves differently, and I know that chart too for years and years and years now as well. And so I'm never worried if XRP is not moving with the market. Bitcoin pumping, everybody pumping, and XRP is pushing out maybe, like a 1% at most. And it's just like, yes, but this is XRP, and XRP will move when XRP feels like it needs to move. And that's why doing future trading on XRP is a little tricky too, because when
Yeah.
XRP did this pump, it did a significant pump for XRP. Um, it's waking up, right? But then immediately bears are woken up there
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
definitely when you look to the left on the chart, this was pulling up on that wick on um, that was at the
Mm.
beginning of March. There was my price target as well, and that's exactly where I would have closed my long if I had it open. Right, so it's very good to even if you're trading on the 1 hour, 3 or 4 hour for future trading, you want to look at that daily to see where that will hit, right, where your target will hit, so you can auto close, right, put in your targets
Mm.
already.
Mm.
And so when you go to bed, you can set that a little bit lower. So let's say here the wick went all the way into 294, corresponding with the previous wick in March, but you
Mm.
don't see that wick in March when you have it on the
Yeah.
2 3 hour or 4th hour. So
Right.
you kind of want to anytime you put in a trade, even if you do it on the 1 2 3 4 hour, you kind of want to zoom out on a daily to get some targets in here,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And to see where we are at, because it is a confirmed breakout for
Mm.
XRP. Don't get this twisted. And I mean, I think the XRP chart looks beautiful. It has been moving in a sideways range for almost a year. Like if you had LP in that range here, you would be making some serious money on fees, right? Just by adding to
Could
XRP.
you
Just
could you tell me something though? Why am I hearing that XRP is just a meme coin again? So that used to be the narrative, and then
yeah,
now I just heard that again. Someone's like, "Well, XRP is basically just a meme coin," and so I'm like confused because I thought that there was
no.
some regulation that's been incorporated that now is bringing utility, and on the back end, government like it. I thought that there was some sort of like green light that XRP got to by the SEC
Yeah,
or something.
I
No.
don't know where that comes from because look, I've been I've been hauling Bitcoin for since forever. It's my biggest bag.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right after no, it is my biggest bag. It's bigger than a Bitcoin even. But yeah,
XRP?
I was there when it was just a meme coin. But these things, has lifted already. They're actually merging with AI mining, right? So PFM Crypto is launching a smart cloud mining with daily XRP payouts, right? So there's lots of things happening around XRP. They're just too bullish. I wouldn't get why we still call it a meme coin
It
now.
was on Bankless that
Uh,
somebody referred to it. They were like, "Well, XRP is basically just a
Well,
meme
I
coin,"
think
and I
they're
thought it
kind
was
of behind on the alpha.
an interesting. I was because I remember I had heard that before, and then you told me you were like, "No, that's not the case." And so, but what utility does XRP have then? It's just basically a super
Well, I
fast.
need a whole space for that.
Okay.
If we want to go
Well, you
XRP,
got the
we need to go.
NFTs. You
We
got
need to go.
NFTs on there as well, right? So
Yeah, you have. Yes. Also, there's like, all right, we need to maybe touch on that then and do an XRP space since we're doing a SUI space and since I'm a big hauler of XRP. So there is going to be some Doge mining, XRP mining going on too, and we might want to just touch on that, right? So yeah, Coach, you have your hand up, but we kind of need to move forward in the space as well. If you get me talking about XRP, you'll be sitting here for the next 2 hours with me.
oh.
I just want to add something like
Yeah.
so XRP or the XRP maxis were talking for a long time that this framework is going to be used by banks and that banks are going to use
Mm-hmm.
XRP and stuff like that. But now today's news is, and this is fresh today, that they filed to open up their own bank. So those rumors from all those years were wrong, and this is not going to happen. But they're going to play it out differently. So
Whoa.
that's the alpha.
I was never
Wow.
gonna expect that to happen,
Me
right?
neither. Me neither. There is
I
a
mean, yeah,
blueprint of from Visa and Stanford University from I
yeah.
think 2014 that that weirdly has Freemasons symbolistic there, but
Yes, yes. A
right,
lot of
yeah.
lore. Yeah, it's good for the
But-
lore. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's from the old days.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, no, it's good.
that's the alpha.
That's the alpha, right?
Wow. Their own bank.
But I know very little people. I know a lot of XRP holders, including in my country. And we have XRP dinner once a year. But look, none of us expected our XRP to be used by that framework to be used at all, right? No. You couldn't see that, even though it does have a lot of other things. But like I said, if we need to talk about it, right, then we need a little bit more. I want to move on to talk to Wise here. Wise, good morning or good evening. Are you still with
No,
us?
I'm here, hon. I'm here.
Cool. Good to have you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Hold on, let me put my headphones in real quick and get you in my ears. I was
Wow.
waiting for you guys
I'm
to
gonna have
plug
to
me
do
in. How you guys doing today?
then. I'm gonna have to do this now that you have your earplugs in. There we go.
Doing great. Good morning. How
Is
are
that the
you?
bottle signal? I didn't see the booty picture.
It's a smoke signal.
Hmm.
It's a smoke signal. Coin on Sui. Anyway, yeah, yeah. What are you bullish on today, Wise?
I'm bullish on Suey, baby. I'm
Yeah.
bullish on Subi. I really like what's going on right now. We're starting to see that crawl up with Suey. We're getting a lot more bullish. The
Mhm.
charts are reading green, and we see Bitcoin right now at an all-time high. I'm really hoping here in the next course of 30 to 60 days, you're going to really see that Bitcoin dominance tank. and we are going to see that alt season we have been waiting for because my bags are waiting for it.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm
Um,
gonna look with you on it because the Bitcoin dominance chart is my forte, right? I'm reading that one like nothing else. So I'm gonna go
oh
there
yeah,
and then I'm gonna check what you're saying. Let's do
yeah.
it.
I
Let's
haven't
see
I
that.
haven't seen what's going on recently, but I'm just praying that we
Oh, you're
do
praying.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
praying right now. I'm hoping
Well,
the
I got
hopium
I got
sauce
some
on right
I
now.
got some alpha for you on a Bitcoin dominance chart, and you need to be on your knees every day,
Yeah,
because
yeah. Oh,
because
trust me, I
that
know.
one just going crossed, and we're just gonna go to 70% first. So I need for you to
Right?
do a whole lot more praying than you are currently doing. That's going to be my advice.
I'm
But
praying with all everything I got.
look, we are going to get some of not an all season rally. We're going to get a relief rally, right? All season means that
Yeah.
the top is in for Bitcoin, and we don't want that. We like many more trillions to come in here, right? I'm not happy with this if it was happening today. But that said, if
No,
we
I
could,
get that.
right, if we go to 70% and then have like a good 6% drop or something like that, man, I would be happy with that already. That would send all these tokens, that sends Sui above all time high again. Because that's a lot of
Yep.
money coming in when that happens, and they kind of need some relief because it's like that dominance has been like a boa constrictor, holding all these altcoins hostage, and this is no joke. If you put that dominance on the weekly, it clearly shows you the FOMO on Bitcoin. Nobody's selling a goddamn Bitcoin. That dominance is looking like a freaking honeypot. I tell you, there's no steep
Yep.
nothings, right? We got a little something on November. We got a little something here, right? We got 8%. 7-8% here in that drop, and we were all like, yeah, finally we get some air, right, for these altcoins. But they had to do with that, they got a little bit of air only for it to be like constricted again all the way up to previous highs. And so it just tells you that all of these alts here are just seriously undervalued, you guys. Under Sui is undervalued. You buy a lot, right? Say yeah, all these, especially these dark horses that I'm just mentioning. And I am going to mention that as ESX token, estate X token, right? That's a blockchain for real estate. Go ahead and check out these AMAs. They have their testnet live. They're going to go live with their mainnet. Their token is out already, right, to be traded. And this is a blockchain sub 150 mil. Are you kidding me? Right? Are you kidding me? Upside potential there, like Billy's. Hmm?
Oh, sorry, I'm unmuted.
You're cutting out a little bit, just a little bit. But that is my new alpha play right there, right? I'm smelling it, and basically, I don't even, I'm bullish on it and what it can do, and I love to be an investor here, especially because I do feel that we need to um, take over the real estate market, get in there with crypto, have you being able to mortgage your house through crypto and not a bank, right? So and do fractional buying, right, and that kind of stuff, and I love that, and I think that needs to happen for crypto. That is going to be inevitable for crypto, right? And that is a big market for crypto to take, and it's new territory for Bitcoin. And I know some tokens tried that before, but always running up to the legislation around a real estate and stuff. So they had to build their own blockchain to make that fit more, right? And so this is a whole blockchain built for that area of the market, and I'm bullish on that. And like I said, just from a visionary standpoint, that we should not need banks anymore to have you have a mortgage. I think tokenizing your house is going to be the next bullish thing to do. Yeah, so it can solve a little bit of that house crisis that we have right now because banks aren't giving out mortgages. to people anymore because you're not earning enough, even though we're earning a shit ton. It's just that our net, what we have net left in a month is smaller than ever, even though we're making a shit ton of money. Historically, we're making a buttload, but somehow we live paycheck to paycheck. Um, in a sense of that we cannot afford mortgages, and it's hard for people, in their 20s. It's almost undoable, but you should be able to be in a property ladder somewhere in your 30s, and it you can't. It's hard, right? So you end up needing to go, if you want to get out of your parents' house, you need to go rent, and then it makes you unable, the rents are so high that makes you unable to save up for a deposit of some sort, right? And so it's just downhill from there, and it's going to have consequences in society as well, these things. So bullish for the vision there. But if you just from a trader's perspective, it's just like, hey, new blockchain under 150 mil. Yes, Wild is on board, right?
Yeah.
Just that combination alone, right? And right now you're front running going main, so they're in testnet right now. It will go main, then we'll do another rally and stuff. So and that's kind of, from an upside potential thingy, that's great. So that's the next alpha, even though I'm super bullish on Sui as well, right? Sui is in a range too, in a weekly range. Now I hate to look on a weekly range for Sui, because Sui is a young token, and so I kind of don't want to put it on a weekly because that's not fair. It's not fair. But it actually now has a very bullish pattern that I'm just going to draw out here, and also a stochastic golden cross for Sui on that weekly, and it is coming into a price squeeze in a flag right here. So if it's going to go for another up, we're going to get some resistance at that 355 again, maybe move down to this to 318, only to confirm a breakdown over that. And then we're looking for all of that to play out in the rest of July. In the first week of August, we should be breaking out, if not sooner, right? But at the latest, I would say give it to like the 18th of August, somewhere around there. That's where it's really nippy in that price squeeze. And so that would be the latest for it to take that bullish continuation on the weekly, right? If not before then, it can break out before that as well. But that's basically where the price squeeze is going to be really, really squeezing, and it can do nothing but go up. And that's stochastic. RSI, Golden Cross, and the weekly is kind of confirming all that. Even though on the daily, and that's why I say maybe retesting some, right? Because on the daily, we look a little bit, like we're having the flu on the stochastic RSI. But so does Bitcoin. Overbought here by and large. We can stay against that ceiling for a little bit more, but not by much. And so I just uh, draw out the new channel for Bitcoin, that reversal or that breakout gave us. And so that channel has now been confirmed. And so I have 121 Bitcoin. I know some people, the Elliott waves are going to 126, but for me, it's 121. And if I measure mathematically what we have left on that stochastic RSI the weekly on Bitcoin, um, well, we technically we can actually go to 126. It's just that we have to then bang against that ceiling, and that's not usually what happens. So conservatively is that 121, and I could see that 120 being like a real resistance. So maybe we're gonna just get a wick in that 121, right? Maybe we'll just there be bears there. So I think that's the next bear front we're gonna have to tackle. But look, the bears have no argument here at all, except for the stochastic. They have zero arguments. We took that previous all-time high convincingly, right? Where we didn't do that before, and that gave a lot of bears still ammunition, right? Then we're getting down, right? But no, bears got wrecked. Liquidated their shorts. Now they're going to try and do that shorting again, right? Because there's a zone now building up for shorts. But I'm just, you're telling the bears, you keep doing that. They keep building liquidity up there for shorts, and then the market will want to take you out, right? So, yeah, yeah. And it looks like we very much wanted to do that. I'm just so bullish on Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
As you have not noticed. Yeah.
Rightfully
Also,
so.
because that retail is not in. This is institutional. Like it just takes one country to buy a few million Bitcoin, and then the story over. All the TAs out the window, and then we're over 200k Bitcoin by the end of the year. Something like that happens, right? But we cannot trade on things that can happen. We trade on what's in history and how that somehow repeats. But there's a lot happening in Bitcoin that is not repeating. That is new. Things that it rarely does, or things that it just started doing for the first time. Having that in and outflow of the exchanges, being so very bullish the last time we saw those numbers, like last week. I was talking about this. But we hit numbers from that bear market low on 15K. That is insane. That is insane, and that's happening now. And that was like a really big indicator for a big price move. So, so yeah, strange how that worked out. But yes, you guys, we see here. Who is the club? Seal Dog on Sui. All right. So
Yeah, when I was on Instagram yesterday, I kept seeing like pop-ups about new businesses and everything that are now accepting Bitcoin, or that's
oh,
becoming more of a prevalent thing as people incorporating some form of Bitcoin integration into their platform, like whatever it is. I saw probably 5 different things. It's like, oh, this one's now gonna have Bitcoin in their treasury, and this one's now accepting Bitcoin. And I was trying to see if I could find some news about it, but yeah, now with Bitcoin hitting all-time high yesterday, everyone wants to jump on that bandwagon. So I'll have to kind of like do some more research on that. I know one example of it is Steak and Shake. I know that was like a month ago or 2 months ago when
Steak and
Bitcoin.
Shake. I like it.
Yeah, they had hit Bitcoin hit all time high at 112, and all of a sudden Steak and Shake now accepts Bitcoin. And so yesterday, now when it hit 116, 117, 118. Now there was a bunch of new pop-ups for this place is now taking Bitcoin, and so that's just a bullish indicator right there. Is it gets
Yeah.
incorporated into more things, it just
Well,
onboards
that's the
more
funny
people.
thing, Tiff.
Yeah,
We've had this in this country. I could take out, pump gas, order food, whatever. I can pay in Bitcoin, and
really?
that's been like this for the last 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's not
but I do
really
not.
here.
Here's the thing: I do not want to pay in Bitcoin. I do not want to lose my Bitcoin. See, they can have my monopoly money, right? My fiat money.
Hmm.
I'm happy to give that, right? But you're not getting any of my Bitcoin. So there's that. But it is possible here to do it. There are people using crypto for transactions here for a little bit, and that's why we are also like far reaching in the the tax end of these things, because
Mm.
I'm not exempt. Even if I hodl a bag, they are still going to tax me for it. That's
Yep.
how bad it's getting here, right?
Yeah. One
And
of
that
them.
that comes with a partly that adoption too. So everybody must look at what you can do for yourself to to not only just stack your satoshis but keep them safe.
Mm,
Yeah, keep them safe. Yeah, build a wall. I'll build a wall around my satoshis.
yeah. Yeah.
A bullish wall, a green wall. Yeah.
One of the ones that I saw that's a new one, so BitChat. So BitChat is a decentralized messaging and payments app launched by Jack Dorsey in July of 2025, designed to enable offline encrypted communication and Bitcoin transaction without relying on internet or cellular networks. So this allows you to send Bitcoin offline, essentially. So offline messaging uses Bluetooth mesh networks to relay messages from device to device. Each phone acts as a node, forwarding encrypted messages across the mesh until they reach the intended recipient, even if the recipient is not currently online. So this is like insanely cool technology, offline Bitcoin using peer-to-peer nodes to form a mesh network. I mean, it's kind of like geeky, and it's like, okay, what's the point of this? But like I was saying, like as far as like bullish indicators go, if you this solves a problem that in terms of like connectivity and accessibility. If you don't have the internet, then you are screwed and you can't access your Bitcoin. However, this starts to address that problem, and we
Yeah.
will. This is just the first
Bullish.
wave of this type of news, and we will continue seeing more things like this that advance the accessibility of Bitcoin, make it easier to
Yes.
use, and
But
all of this.
be careful if that is tokenized in your as an investor point of view. From an investor, if I put on my investor hat on here,
Uh huh.
definitely commit, because that technology is going so fast that these things are, being overtaken by more bullish things very quickly, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, things will become obsolete in weeks.
yeah,
You'll have a new technology and
exactly.
you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is
So
so
just
cool." And then 2 weeks
hmm
later, you got something that blows it away. We're seeing that right
exactly.
now with AI. So it's like
Yeah,
when
exactly. Right.
Grok
Yeah.
3 came out, everyone was like, "Oh man, have you seen Grok? This is so
Yeah.
cool."
Oh
And
yeah. Super
here we
grok.
are 2 months later and it feels like, we're using a 10-year-old model. It feels like when you use a computer from 10 years ago and it feels all
Yeah.
slow and crappy. That's what it feels like using Grok now compared to using like GPT-4o or whatever. And we can see and that evolution, because now that they're using AI to make AI,
Yeah. It's
the
crazy, huh?
rate that it's going to improve, it just exponentially keeps growing, because it's like now you're using the AI to help you code it, refine it, make it better, optimize it. And so you're 10xing every release, and I was just watching a documentary about it yesterday called AI 2027, which is a hypothetical play-by-play of the roadmap of the AI development over the next like 10 years, and what hypothetically could happen with the development of new models and the arms race of countries competing against one another, trying to create the strongest AI model, and what that entails, and like the negative side effects, the negative consequences that could possibly come about from something like that in terms of safety, regulation, creating very powerful models, however, not implementing safety measures to ensure that
Yeah.
and so I mean, this isn't, I'm not like doomsday like tinfoil hat
No, no,
over
no.
here,
Look,
but these
look,
are
I'm
important
bullish on
things
all
to think
these
about.
things, but
Yeah.
you got to keep it real, right? So, from an investor perspective,
Mm-hmm.
these things are tokenized, and you want to invest in them. That might not be as long term as you figured, right? So you got to adjust it by looking at how fast that technology goes, and this is also what's broadly happening in blockchain technology as well, right? And we
Mm.
know this because what was bullish last bull run on technology,
Yeah.
and these things are not, some things are and some things are not, right? So they won't have relevance anymore. They're being overtaken now by a lot of stuff, and so
Yeah.
the ones that adding to stuff and staying relevant, yes, they stay in your portfolio, but the ones that do not, right? Yeah. So
They get
and
faded.
this is
Yeah.
why I say it. Yes, and this is where going through a bear market is really, I know some days are tough, right? And some days are just so red and everybody's mood is tanked. And I know, right? It can really get to you. But you are in the bear market with a mission, and that is to distinguish what is going to be the next good thing here. And all these people that left the bear market, 70% of the people are leaving in the bear market. They're going to come back to crypto, not being plugged in on the new things at all. They're going to be all over the place. They're going to first try to go to the coins that they knew about from last bull run.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be smacked in the face with all that new stuff, which you got into early. And that was your bear market mission, right? To filter,
Find a
right?
floor. Yeah.
To be close to the fire. And so I don't care what your portfolio could be totally wrecked right now, right? But if you just blasted and not DCA, you could be looking, your portfolio could be down right now. But just, if you have some good stuff, huddle harder, right? Huddle harder.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
everybody was fading Sui as well. I've been, from Sui from the beginning. I was in spaces. Look, you can, don't listen to me. me, look at the technology here, right? Look at what it's doing. My God, this is going to be. And people are like, I've been in Jake and Rodney spaces telling them about Sui for forever, right? And it wasn't until the meme coin started to run on there that it finally grabbed some attention. But at that point, a lot of people in crypto are just don't want to hear about the technology, but it's that is actually what is driving the whole thing. That blockchain is needing to do something, right? What does it do, and why is it so bullish? And it just takes 10 minutes for you to go through the numbers there. And so you don't even need to understand the technology of it all. But if there is a new blockchain that is 4 times faster than 3.7 times faster than Solana, cheaper and can multi-swap, yeah, that's the fastest one out there. What do you think it's going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you look at venture capital, you go into that stuff a little bit. It's like you're just adding up to the bullishness of it all. And so, um, uh, that's why you're in the bear market. You need to pay close attention to these things. But I'm very happy what's happening. I'm gonna make a bull post around fart token
Oh, nice.
right now because I'm feeling it. I'm looking. I just pulled that chart. I pulled it up earlier, and now it's coming in my frame. And I see that it's kind of taking that 170 k, right? Wants to take it, so I'm just gonna add to the bullishness here and do a bull post. Bull
Hell
post. You
yeah.
should all be bull posting your shit. If you holding shit that you're bullish on, why am I not seeing any bull post? Why am I not seeing any you posting the chart? Like, look, this is a coin that I'm holding. So everybody, I'm happy if you show me your green candles. I'm happy for I'm cheering you on. What the
Hmm.
hell? Yeah. You need a
Yeah.
bull post about stuff. You're bullish on it.
Yeah. I
It's the
just.
same. If you have a new girlfriend, you want to show that off too, right? It's my girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be like hiding that shit. Be like, yeah, well, yeah.
It depends.
It's not bullish and bearish on you if you do. Well, yeah, if it's a minger. That's you
That's
do it.
not a word that we have here in the U.S. I don't think. A minger.
A minger, yeah. That's English, I think. Yes. Coach is laughing, so he knows. It's
Yeah,
a minger.
that's. I never use that one.
That's English, yeah. Yeah. Well,
Um.
I'm bringing it back right now.
There we go.
Minger. There you
Yeah.
go.
I made a fart coin little meme. I made a couple of them, so I was waiting for you to make a bull post and I was going to comment on it.
All right,
Or
cool. Well, it's
yeah.
coming. It's coming.
I made a fart coin video too, another one, but it turned out so bad. I don't know which model did I use. I think I used some cheap model, thinking I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save some
Yeah, yeah,
credits and I'll
yeah.
try see how the video turns out with one of the lower models, and it just
Mm.
was so bad. It
You
just
wanted to take your little degen moves over to AI
Yeah, well, because sometimes I get away
corners.
with it. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
use like what is it, Minimax High
I
Luo,
love it.
and that's a
Yep.
new model, but it's just not as powerful as like Kling. And yeah, the fart coin, geez, it turned out so bad. And like sometimes the spelling hallucinations are wrong. Sometimes text is best to do in like clip cap cut afterward. Like I'll do a video and then I'll do any text that needs to be in there after the fact, post production, so that the text displays properly, because AI sometimes has an issue with spelling. Sometimes it comes out and it looks like Russian text, or like it's, the characters aren't even Latin characters. It's all sorts of weird stuff the AI model comes up with. Yes, yes. Um,
Yes.
let's see. But yeah, Fartcoin running. Oh, Millie is also running today too. Is that 35K?
Millie.
35.5? Yeah.
Yes, I need to have Millie back in space again soon. I'm gonna invite him again. Bullish on Millie. I was actually the first meme token on Sui, and you guys. He was so early that the team from Mission Labs just got out of bed. And boom, there was Millie. That's basically what happened there. And he's been building against all odds and everybody, because there was some FUD on Sui, right, when that rally up, and then when on that retracement, it was a point in the market where Bitcoin was making not too bullish of a moves, right, in the short term downs. and so there was a shit ton of FUD on Sui, and so but he already had that token out there as well, and so just to spend like a good I'd say almost 2 years on there with not many people knowing about Sui and then the FUD and everything, and through all that, keep working on your project, right? That deserves a medal. I mean, you're a hero if you could do that. That shows some grit. But I'm gonna make my boo post. So boo posting alert. Fartcoin on Sui.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Um, I was just looking at some message. This guy Shy DYOR. So this guy adds me yesterday, and he says, "Thanks for the follow. Turn on my notice and send proof."
No.
And then, like recent posts on my page, after you do that, I'll do the same. Okay. And then
Yes.
I'm looking in the gem chat, and they're like, yesterday, some guys called Shy Skeleton Blue Profile. That's the guy that I'm talking about, and his crew. That was insane to see that happen. Within 15 minutes, they launched a coin in Spaces. Then people were buying like crazy. They promised giveaways, etc. And less than 2 minutes later, they closed the space and removed every single tweet and the space. Wow. That
What?
is crazy. Yeah, they. It sounds like they did like a little pump and dump, like a launch. Oh, and
Oh,
this dude is rocking the Mochi circle affiliate badge too,
ah,
which looked kind
bearish.
of
Yeah.
kind of bearish. Yeah, it's like kind of one of those. It's some attention. Another attention platform. It looks like the Mochi badge. So yeah, he's pulling out all the tricks in order to try to rug people. And so I wonder who he's associated with, and because it said and his crew,
And
so
his crew.
I kind of
Hmm.
want to know who his crew is, so I kind of know who to watch out for. That's interesting.
Yeah. Bearish, bearish, right?
Hmm.
If people are coming, it's just that sometimes you have that under your post. Like, I followed you, follow me back. I'm just like, I don't do tit for tats.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's so weird.
I was like, if you don't want to follow me, don't. I don't.
This is the same. I gotta say it. So, this is the same. If you, let's say you go out on a date and you end up in the bedroom, that somebody is asking you, "Hey, I'll give you one if you give me one."
Yeah.
You would just sit there, excuse me. I'm
Yeah.
leaving. That is so weird. That
Yeah.
is awkward and weird. If that's you, stop freaking doing that in people's comments. Like, hey, follow me back. No, that you just made me not want to follow you back.
Yeah, some people have like a
That's
transactional
I
type
just
of
like, yeah, yeah, no, this is
programming.
not. I don't look, do I look like back to you? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's the
crazy.
best one is, hey, bro, can I borrow point 0.1 soul? I just need to flip
Oh,
this bag
I just need
or
some gas
whatever.
money.
I'm like, I'm
If
like,
you cannot
oh,
afford gas money on Solana, what are you even doing?
oh yeah. Okay, here, let me send you $15 because I'm sure you'll know what to do with it because you were so good with the rest of the money that you had up until this point. I'm sure that you've figured it out now. You've learned your lesson. Yeah, there was somebody in a chat the other day that was doing that as well. That it was for the StyleX one, and he was
Mhm.
messaging one of the StyleX members, and he's like, "Hey,
Oh
bro, do
God.
you think you can send
Hey,
me
bro.
10 bucks so that I can buy a bag? I need to flip this so that we can all get rich together." And it's like, dude, what are you smoking crack? Like, what the hell? It's so crazy. It's funny though.
Yes, and of course his mother needs a kidney transplant.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be the next.
Scammers,
It's,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just all over behavior on on Twitter. You got to be careful. Your account and stuff. It's kind of like your business card. Every time you are leaving a comment, right? And we can all do better, but it's better if you're just. I'm clearly a female, and then you get under my post, being like, "Yeah, bro, this and this," and I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't, bro, follow me back," and I was like, "You didn't even look." All
Hmm.
right, so there's that, right? Usually, if I'm really pissed on a day, I'll just block those straight up. It's just like, well, block. I never want to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So let's see. Did we
it's
have
just
anyone?
weird.
Did we have anyone else that wanted to shill today?
I
I
don't know,
know.
but I have my Fartcoin post out, so if we want to
Oh,
engage with
nice.
that one,
Perfect. Perfect.
let's
I
go
was
ahead.
waiting for
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. That's kind of
Very good. So let me see here. We'll post and then
put it up in the
cool.
jumbo
I want to,
trony.
yeah, I
Here,
want to see
look
how
at
my
this
fart
chart. Look at
coin.
this chart. Today, sub 200K. Like my inner DJ was being channeled here. You know, you can stake it too. You go to Moonbags and stake it and get some sui on the daily, right? That's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
But
Let's see.
I
So
think I
this,
just might have to hollow this to the multi millis, right?
so yeah, I posted, let's see. Houston, we have a propulsion system that doesn't even make sense. Fart coin, thrust at max, too much gas. And then
Too
it
much.
has like, and then it says, bro, it's a gas leak. It smells like bullish momentum. Yeah,
It
it's
smells like
super
bullish
cheesy.
momentum.
It's super cheesy, but
Yeah, but that is.
it gets the point. It's super degen.
Yes,
So
it is.
that's
But also because it has that lot of, it's in the ticker. So, of course, bullish Farcoin on Solana, crazy, crazy amounts going on there, crazy. And then the one on base, and the one on base took a little bit longer too to pop off. And on Sui, I bet you it's going to take a little bit longer still than base, right? For now. But I got to be bullish on it because I know how we had four of those rallies, two really big ones on Sui as well. And look, my jaw dropped. I felt like I got on Solana when Solana was just baby Solana, right? Real tokens. I mean, from 1 mil, boom, 260 mil. These are crazy numbers, right? Crazy numbers on Sui. Last year, when we got around this time, it was kind of like the bullish setup and stuff. You could still buy your Sui for like 60 cents. And so, add it to the bag, add it to the bag. At one point in September, it started outperforming Bitcoin. So you get into the blue skies, and it was crazy on Sui with these plays, right? Crazy. And so you just gotta get ready for it, I think, right? And then something like this for me at least, is a no-brainer. I'm pretty much biased here. I'm gonna be honest about that. I'm bull posting because I'm a holder too, and that's then what I do, right?
mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Um, yeah, very cool. Yeah, I'm yeah, incredibly bullish right now. It's just we're in like a weird limbo. Saturdays are always kind of weird, and I hope that coach is right about us getting a little Sunday rally. Those are always so awesome and unexpected. Even if you know it's coming, it's like it's really cool to see the charts on fire. So, what do you think? You think we're gonna have another quiet day tomorrow? Another day of consolidation?
Well, we might have a pump, but uh, I don't think it's gonna go to all-time highs tomorrow.
Mm,
It
yeah.
doesn't. That 3 hour is lackey a little bit. That has got to come down. So let's just say like 12 hours from now, if there is this absorption of cell pressure that we're kind of doing right now, so it is slurping up cell pressure here, right? So bulls and bears here are even Steven. You can look at these little candles too. That's kind of even Steven. And so we in this move, we kind of want to see that fourth hour RSI being a little bit more to the floor already. And so these moves might take just a tiny little bit longer, but it looks like we want to stay up here regardless. It's absorbing a lot of cell
Mm,
pressure here, and that's bullish. That's creating bullish divergence, right? So the 3 hours nearly there already, and wait for a cross up on those to
mm.
indicate something for Sunday, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And then we have to look at that 3 and 4th hour then, because the daily gives you 3 days out, and that fourth hour will give you to tomorrow. I'm curious about the weekly close. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that weekly close, right? Because we're getting a bounce. That weekly looks even more juicier. Because we're getting a bounce from the exactly that 80 points on the stochastic RSI, almost in the golden cross up. So the time is there already. The K line is there already. We just got to pick it up with the momentum to move up here, and then we have some some gas.
Mm.
Then we have some gas left to go to that 100 points on the bang against the ceiling there for that stochastic RSI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but that just crossed up, got a support from the 80. And so usually we don't get that support at all. It's very unlikely. If you look at the Bitcoin stochastic, we kind of never do that. And we're kind of landing on a stochastic where it landed in exactly. And this is strange, right? This is why I love TA. It is just so synchronistic sometimes, because um, the last time that we got resistance from there was exactly, hold your horses, on the 12th of July of 2023. That's why we got resistance, and we're now taking that resistance as support 2 years later on the other side, right? And so, uh, yeah, that's massive, because right up in that September, where what did Bitcoin do in 23 in September? Well, big badass parabolic move there. So yeah, right. But we're on the
Mm.
flip side of that now. We're not going crossing up from the bottom, right? We're not in oversold conditions. We're doing it in overbought conditions. So there's not going to be a lot of rubber band. There's not rubber band to go to 200K here. That's for sure. So, but yeah, like I said, 121. 120, 126 would be like maxing out that RSI. Like we would be banging with that on the ceiling with the daily pretty hard then. So 121 is for me looks a little bit more realistic here, also because it's the top of that channel, that new channel that we just formed, and so I think maybe a little bit sideways. But hey, yeah, later for coach for us later in the day on Sunday, at the end of our day, we might see some bullish moves. Yeah. But it's don't get it twisted. Where Bitcoin is being really bullish right now, absorbing a lot of sell volume without losing much of the floor at all.
Mm.
So
That's
that's a very good
crazy.
thing. Yes, a very
Yeah.
good thing. The rest of the market is very fearful looking at Bitcoin at this moment. All right. The rest of the market. Sui is a believer though. XRP believes Bitcoin. Sui believes Bitcoin. Sui is like, yes, let's just pre-pump. XRP is like, yes, let's just also pre-pump. We can see this happening. AVAX is a believer as well. Solana does not believe here at all. Solana is like, yeah, well, Bitcoin. We're just going to double down on that, that you're going down. And there's some other non believers. But there are some believers. Sui is a believer. XRP wanting to do it. Like I said, AVAX. Let's look at some other chains. Yeah, neither here. Yeah, they're all kind of either on the wire or careful. But there are some that are trying to front run Bitcoin here already on Saturday. So that's bullish too. So.
Awesome.
Yes, my prediction 120, 121 would be where I am at, right? But there's an Elliott wave that moves to 126 as well. But then that means that we break out of that channel straight up, so that would be the very uber bullish. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That's it. Where this
Awesome.
is just we are in historical times. I hope everybody
Yeah.
realizes this, right?
Yeah. That's what's so
Yeah,
crazy about it. It
this is
feels
yeah,
surreal. Yeah.
yeah. It is. It's surreal.
Yeah.
And
Yesterday
but you
when
should enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. This is going to be all that's going to unfold over the next year and a half. There's a big discussions on prolonged cycles now, right? Because of the Bitcoin mechanism itself, the tokenomics of Bitcoin itself, and so there's a lot of discussion with the Bitcoin geeks around that. But yeah, if we just going based on historical things, we top out in 25, go on all rally, and the bear market bottom would be in the end of 26, right? Something like that is what kind of historically has been playing out. If we project that on the future, then that story runs, right? But like I said, only one country needs to buy a couple of million Bitcoin, and that is off the table. Then we're looking at a whole different scenario. So but you're getting rewarded for being in this bear market, which has been long and tough for most of us. And this year, you got to lock in. You got to either make it or break it. Right? This crunch time is here.
yes,
Definitely, it was
indeed.
there already, but yeah.
Yeah,
getting serious
now more than ever, right? Now is the time to
now
lock
more
in.
than ever.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So
for
there's
sure.
got to be a point, and that's why you kind of need to look at Bitcoin for all of this and the dominance. There's going to be a point where you flipping around a bag is going to get you so wrecked, so wrecked. I see people that did that last bull run. They didn't catch that all season was about to snap,
Yeah.
and they sold at 2x. They sold a 50x for 2x, and that is going to continue to happen in that alt rally.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
There was a few that I did where I would look at two coins that I had and I'm like, oh, like this one's the runner and this one's gonna go to dust, and I'd make a swap, and then like 24 hours later the other one would do like a 5x. Meanwhile, the other one that I had only gone up like 60% or whatever. Like
yeah. Well,
just
the
weird
thing
things
is
like
that
that.
you
Yeah.
still in all season you would still make some money,
Hmm.
but you know,
Not quite as much.
n-
A fraction of what
no,
you could have.
yes, exactly right. And I think it's then a waste of your energy. You should
Yeah, it's like you
pivot,
invested all
pivot
that
strategy.
time and attention and focus
Yeah.
and patience into doing this, and then all of a sudden at crunch time, it's like, oh no, wait, maybe I can make more money if I make this swap, and then just totally,
Well,
I've made that
everything will
mistake.
send
Yeah,
so fast, right?
yeah,
So it will send so fast that by the time you swapped in, these people bought the floor already on a 10x.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, people who bought floors of some good stuff and saw a long term view. And of course, look, do not think of any new life pair as something to huddle on, right? No, definitely not, right? But I'm talking about the things that you're bullish on for long term for whatever reason that might be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything will get volume. But the people who bought floors, they will be the one that will be blessed, right? That's it. They will get the massive blessings. And so at one point you will be stomped out really quickly if you sell for that 2-3xing kind of behavior. A lot of people at Sui got wrecked this way. I was in Nami and still am, and so I was in spaces for Nami a lot, and there were these guys that were constantly flipping bags on Sui, but the volume came in on Sui so strong, and these guys never looked at metrics or anything. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I held Nami and I sold at 300K." And he's like, "Oh, what market cap is it at right now?" And I'm like, 5.5 mil.
Wow.
And that's all because they didn't realize they were doing the bag flip thing because Sui was, a slow volume on Sui, so there's the bag flip thing, and then boom, volume comes in, stomped all of them out.
Jeez, Nami went up to 5.5 mil.
Yeah, yeah,
Holy shoot, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And
Yeah, and
and so
right now,
big retracements over the winter, right? Sui, I mean, the Sui chart itself, right, was retracing by a lot, and people lost a lot of faith on chain. But that doesn't make it less bullish, right? It's just another entry for another rip. That's where we're at. So yeah. But that happened too, and then it happened with Axel too. People they were back flipping, do the same backflip on Axel, and that ran to 40 mil,
wow,
right? And then Lofi went to what, 260,
jeez,
210, something like that. Yeah. And if you were in the trenches there, I got Lofi shield to me at 4 mil because it went there in like a couple of days.
uh huh,
And it's like, hey, have you seen that low fees at 4 mil? And I was like, yeah, let me get some. Right? And that went to 260. Crazy. Hippo, right? All these tokens went ugly, ugly ripping there. But like I said, these people who were doing the back flipping thing on Sui were not paying attention to any of this, you know? And they were doing like they were always doing, and they missed generational wealth this way. So just be careful. Watch when alt season, when these things happen, when the dominance drops a little, because yeah, if you're doing the bag flipping thing, you do you, right? But you'll get stomped out around these times, and then you miss that generational wealth. Um, you were counting yourself rich with a 2x.
right, yeah.
Alrighty. What else we can say? Okay, I minted 3 of these board toilet club things. Don't know kind of what to do with those, but yeah, I have some. I have some of those. Do you want one?
Let me see. So yeah, let me see. Let me go ahead and. Oh, oops. Yeah, what should I go ahead and do then? Let me see. Um, it's on. Oh, shoot.
No, I was gonna give you one, so you just need to teach
Send
me.
my
Yeah.
send my wallet. And then
Yeah.
that's gonna be. I'll do it on my.
Sure.
Let's see. This one. Do I have? Okay, so I have all of my Monad NFTs are in this one, and then this is on Sui chain. So I'm wondering. I
Yeah.
wonder if my Slush wallet. Did you see Slush wallet
Uh,
updated today? They
no, I wasn't paying attention.
you don't have do you have an up Slush?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they changed their logo. So,
Oh,
oh, here we go. So this is I have an NFT collection
oh
here.
well. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, they updated their logo to try to make it like more degen, I guess. They added like a 3D
Yeah.
effect to the S. So it's like, "Oh, cool. Go
Um,
go a
uh,
slush wallet's super cringy to me. I don't know why. Maybe I should just do my Phantom actually. Here. This is my Phantom. My Phantom
well,
Sui
whatever, which one you choose, take is all
as
right with me.
as this guy receive Sui. Cool. And then yeah,
All
I'll go ahead
right.
and send that over.
Well, it is time for a while here to. Oh yes.
Yes, and
So
please, I do. I know you want to wrap it up, but please, if anyone does want to come up and shill on our next show, please do not be
yes.
shy. We are looking for new projects. We want to talk about them. We want to see what's going on in the trenches and see if there's any opportunity, anything that has some real potential. So there's been a few people that have brought us some fire alpha consistently. Coach has come with some really awesome projects, and also like the gem community, and there's been a few other ones as well. StyleX was one that he came in here to shill. But yeah, we're seeing these projects come in here. We come in, talk about them, go over them, splice up videos,
I'm
and then
actually trying to hunt some down on XRP. I'm trying to hunt down some meme tokens from Caspa,
yeah,
right? Get those on, right? These are really, I think that we can be a space where we can be multi-chain like that, right? And have some things on different chains, and I so like that because I just need to be out of my own bias tunnel as well sometimes, right? So I'm
yeah.
actively looking to push the boundaries, push the borders there a little bit, and maybe get some community in from AVAX and then that kind, because there's bullishness on these things too, right? And not just you know in these top tokens. So yeah,
Well, like that
I'm trying.
fuzzy. I don't know if you remember them bringing
Yeah,
us
fuzzy on
fuzzy
XRP.
XRP.
Yes.
So that one's
Cuddles.
sitting at
Yes.
31 mil market cap now.
Yes. Yeah.
That one got brought to our attention. Geez, that must have been back in sometime in
Yeah.
May, I
3 months
think.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
market cap was it at?
where it was that? Well, I mean, in May 25th, it was at what is that? Is that 50? What did I do here? So back then it was at 20. Let me keep going to the left. So if I go to May 23rd, yeah, 17 mil. I think it was somewhere around that. I think it was around 15 mil, possibly.
Yes, I think so too. That's because I kind of put it on a watch list, but I can't remember. I wasn't in trading view, so
Yeah, that one's hit a 2x though
sorry about that.
since that got
Yeah.
originally brought to us. It's probably hit a
Yeah.
2x. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I faded that one. I don't have any XRP, so I used to have some
Yeah.
XRP. I bought and sold it, and just
It works also a little bit different on XRP. So that's also a little thing that
does
might
it
be sometimes, a roadblock a little bit. But look, if there's money to be made, somehow a roadblock disappears, right?
for sure.
every DJ will be like, let me figure out how to get on this chain. and they can do it within 0.2 seconds. If they sniff, they can do 100x somewhere. So
Yeah, for sure.
be
Yeah,
there in a
we'll
hurry.
make it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, well, yeah, just gonna have to do it. So yeah, Sunday is off for us, you guys. We'll be back on Monday, and let's hope we can celebrate another all-time high for Bitcoin, or just close to around this time, right? Let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the ticker?
What's the ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact, got a runner on the map.
Some emojis, you guys.
And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm gonna squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring them in back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, you guys, it's Saturday, and thank you all for coming and enjoying the weekend with us. Also on the live streams, right? I'll catch you on Monday. Tic.
Yes, indeed. Thank you again, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay bullish, my friends.